What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Toy Talk. It's been a while, and sometimes life happens, and sometimes you
Mhm.
forget it's a Monday and it's Memorial Day, and there's nothing you can do but get out of your plans and do Toy Talk. So, but
Pretty
we're
much.
here. Hey,
Hey,
what's up?
not much.
Clintastic 4, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. It's rainy out here today, so
Is it?
hmm
Is it cool at least?
for Texas, yes.
What's cool in Texas?
Uh, 80.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah,
Well, it's good to see you. It's just the two of us today, but I'm kind of glad because we're gonna get down to some talk that um I wasn't sure if the other guys would be able to watch this movie, but we'll get into that soon. I can't wait. And I know
yes.
you're excited.
Oh yeah.
Well, talking about toys, did you get anything new?
I actually did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you got them.
Yep.
I'm waiting for my cable.
Yeah. Mine came in Saturday.
Yours came in Saturday.
Yeah.
Did you order through Hasbro?
hmm
Um, Hasbro takes forever. Mine hopefully comes in. I actually ended up getting all of them.
I'm probably gonna end up getting the other three sometime this week. So
Do you want?
nice.
Do you want the saber tooth?
Yeah, I want Zabu.
Yeah. Um, I would have to say Wolfsbane looks amazing.
Oh yeah. And plus, it's a good enough buck that you can make a custom feral with it. Finish
Yes,
out X Force. Mm-hmm.
got him. All I need is I have a multiple man, but it's not the French coat multiple man.
You want me to get the trench coat?
Do you have one?
Of course.
How many do you
I
have?
I mean, I only have one, but I can make multiples if I need to for in Photoshop. So
Oh, what?
I was I was just saying, do you want me to show them? Wasn't going to give you
Oh,
one.
okay, got it. Yeah, I do want to see it because I actually have not seen
All right,
that one in a while. But
one second.
all right, well, let's say hi to the chat while we do that. Unboxing Art, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us so early. No chewing, what's up, buddy? My one of the 1/3 of the TPC of the Toy Daddies on the TPC Top 10. I can't wait to hang out with you this Wednesday. Diggs Figs, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you. The movie star extraordinaire right there. And we got the Trash Picture Show. How's it going? Good to see you. The best part of this is the chat, so please, come talk to us, interact with us. Today we are talking about a movie. Today we're gonna talk about RRR. Cannot wait to talk about RRR. I love saying RRR. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, watch this spoiler-filled cast, and then we can talk about it, or just stop watching. But I don't want you to stop watching because I want you to be here with me. But as Clint Dyson is getting his stuff ready, I want to show you all. I got this
Nice.
in the mail. I think No Chewy and I talked about this. Like, we have so many Iron Men, or
hmm
AKA Laser Man, and I'm like, why do I need another? But this one looks so good, and the posing was so good. Now I don't know if I want to take it out of the box because this
Ooh,
retro box is so nice. Look at that artwork.
I know.
Isn't it nice?
hmm you just got to rip the bandage and get rid of it.
I know. Do you have a lot of X-Men in retro card?
Unboxed, yes.
Unbox. You never kept them in
No,
box?
I when I first started collecting, I tried to keep the boxes, but just took too much space. And yeah,
Yeah. Well, here's another thing that came out this week that I got.
nice.
Helverine. Have you heard about this guy?
Uh, I think I have. Is it like a multiverse thing?
Um, no, I actually don't think it is, but it's not Logan. It's Dick.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Yes. Um, oh, also great. So this, I believe, that package was designed by our special guest Harry Moore.
Nice.
So Harry Moore is going to be on the Toy Daddies this Wednesday. I can't wait to talk to him. His art is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Big Six picked up Whiplash today for the purple satchel. I'm kidding. I love uh, if you like. I gotta say, Dig Swigs has been killing the mooder and shots
Oh yeah.
so much so that people have been. I think he got this custom head that could be Mooder's brother or sister. Don't know yet. But Purple Satchel, I gotta check that one out. The Whip. Cal says, "How's the comic?" I haven't read it yet. I literally just got home like about 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago. So I had to eat dinner and then I jumped onto this thing. But I will let you know, Cal. Trash Picture Show got a bunch of figures for my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Trash Picture Show.
Happy birthday.
Got X-Men 97 Goblin Queen, excellent one. Got Shipwrecked, excellent one. Tiger Force Outback, that is a good one too. Oh, US Marvel, uh, Marvel Legends US Agent, I like that new buck. Jurassic Park Amber Collection Dino. Jeez, you got like some good
Nice.
figures. That
That's a
Shipwreck
haul.
is awesome. You can take that Shipwrecked and then make your own Yimboner. What was that?
I remembered I have a villain I want to pitch you, but I don't have my presentation ready.
Okay. All right.
I do
We'll
have concept art ready for it, so.
do you really?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be great. All of them from my girlfriend. I got DC Multiverse. Oh, Dark Knight Rises Catwoman. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Let's see it, Clint. Let's see what you got. Oh man, that's awesome.
Hmm. It comes with another head sculpt.
Oh, Lord. That one, what's the other multiple man? He's so like plain Jane.
This one.
Yeah.
I mean,
When did he have that one, I guess, that costume?
this was his original costume for pretty much up until this costume. And then afterwards, he switched to a t-shirt version of this design, but with
Yeah.
jacket and jeans. So
Um, that's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Um, Cal asks, Toy Father, are you gonna make heel Yimbo? Put the NW shirt on him and call Hollywood Yimbo. That is a great idea.
Ooh.
Should I keep the Navy hat on? Because I think I should.
Yeah.
um Heel Yimbo with that. I wonder if I could just swap out like a Hollywood Hogan figure. Hmm.
I mean, you're probably asking the worst person to ask that, but sure, I believe in you.
Do you know what NW like? Did you follow wrestling at all?
No,
Never.
never.
Um, did you? But you said you recently watched it for Unworthy, right?
Hmm.
Did you
Uh,
have any idea what was going on?
I could use my context clues, but generally, I had no idea who any of those people were. So it was
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, I was like really into it in high school, where we would get the pay per views with friends and like at
Mm.
parties, the Attitude Era, and when I was like in middle school, like Undertaker, Yokozuna, all those times. Then I just lost touch. I kept in and out of it. Like I liked the New Day.
Right.
Um, that time when Kofi Kingston got the belt, that was really cool. But for the most part, um, Like you, I think I'd be able to pick up more, but I mean, they're the integral like storylines, like what was going with Cody Rhodes and then Roman Reigns and the Seth Rollins. I did not follow that whole storyline, but it sounded like it was magical writing, like 3 years setup or something like that.
Yeah,
So I've been
I
told.
could catch that.
Um, No Chewing prefers detective multiple man.
Yeah, that's. I want to try to get another gambit so I can use that trench in arms and mix the classic version with the headless version I have. So to make that version.
Um, when was he a detective?
Um, 2000s until now, basically.
Oh, I thought he was evil at one point. Wasn't he evil?
I wouldn't say evil, just insane a little bit.
Oh. Um, Going to fire out a pin plug to the community tab to let folks know you're live. Oh, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
And then also shout out to Germ City. Danny, we miss you, buddy. I hope you get better. I want to talk more camping with you because that's all I've been watching. I've been watching that YouTube channel nonstop. My kids just put
Oh,
it on in the background. It honestly, it's pretty awesome. And like when Danny talks about like this guy makes like honey butter all the time and puts it on homemade bread.
love
Um,
that for you.
you know who if we're staying on multiple mirror, we're staying on X Factor.
Mhm.
You know who I really just want to have a better story, or like just to be the hero for once. And he was getting there, and then they just messed it up again. Havoc.
Yeah,
There was a time where I don't know what happened to Scott. Maybe he was already dead. Maybe from of after Avengers versus X-Men or something like that. And Havoc got like next man up, and he was, I forget which series, but he was like groomed to be like the next like leader.
oh,
He was doing well.
Avengers, I think.
Well, yeah, Uncanny. Yes, that's what it
Yeah,
was. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this is perfect. And then what did they like? They made him. There was something where all like the good guys turned to bad guys, right?
yeah.
What was that?
I know what storyline. I don't remember what it was called, but because I know
Basically,
the
all
Saber.
like Sabretooth turned was good, then he turned bad, then Havoc turned bad. I'm like, what are you doing? And
Yeah,
then he just got this really bad storyline. Really bad storyline. So son's going on a camping trip for the end is give him some tips. Give him some tips. Cyclops was in jail, then Revolutionary X-Men. Yep. Post. Yep. It was definitely post that. Access.
mm.
That's what it was. Yep. Takes like good thing you're telling him everything you know from YouTube. Danny. Tell him to make that bread. All you do is put flour, yeast, and water. That's it.
Well, he's probably going to need to learn other stuff too besides bread.
Um, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, like, reindeer sausage or a steak, some
yeah,
rice, boiled bag rice. This was another guy that I found. I was trying to find him.
nice,
So I'm gonna put Josh Brown's morph heads on these. I'm gonna
nice,
paint it. So I can't wait for this.
nice.
But yeah, I'm hoping for season 2 of X-Men 97 to have X Factor.
Well, we can actually talk about it because we've actually watched it. So, yeah, there's definitely going to be multiple teams, I think, because obviously the board that Forge had at the
Mhm.
ending, those are all potential ones. But also, the ones that were marked AWOL, along with Cable. Those I think those are going to end up being X Force.
So what was that? Cable.
Sunspot and Jubilee.
Mm.
So,
And maybe, do you think Forge and Bishop are just off on their own journey?
I think Forge and maybe Emma might do like a Gen X
Oh
New
yeah.
Mutants.
Yes, that's actually a great idea. And then we have a Colossus, Kitty Pryde, Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wolverine's going to do his own thing. I think he's going to have he's going to go to Japan.
Yeah. See, it's either that or he ends up like in prehistoric times, like Savage Wolverine.
You think it will go to Savage Land?
Savage Land. That is a possibility. It could go. It could go either way with that one, but I'm trying to think of. Heck, he might even become Patch or something like that.
Oh, I could see that.
Because that whole ending was basically the end of Fall of Mutants, where everyone got dispersed across the world. So just this time's a little bit different since it's time, but who knows?
I mean, I'm I would be really excited for, like I said, a Colossus, Kitty Pryde, Storm, Nightcrawler. We need like one more person in there, like team, X-Men team. That would be awesome. An X Factor team. I doubt they'll do X Factor, but maybe they might make an appearance.
I mean, they've done it, so it's not like it's not like the foundation isn't there. So
Yeah. Yeah, and Strong Guy showed up anyway. So
yeah.
But yeah, Gen X, I could see happening, totally happening. Bringing Chamber, did Husk die? Who was that? Was that Marrow? Who died with Banshee?
Marrow died.
Marrow died. Yeah.
But she wasn't Gen X. She went straight to the X-Men team. So
Okay.
because she was introduced the same time as Maggot.
Oh, that's right. Machu says, I thought a fan said Wolverine and Storm were in the future, and DeMeo basically said they were right. How did they get in the future, though? Did they time travel?
I mean, they all time traveled.
But what? I thought...
So I like where this thought's going because that one somewhat Age of Apocalypse story with them being a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Could be
That's
a
true.
collection. So
Interesting. I figured he'd become one of Apocalypse Horsemen and get Adamantium back with Gambit resurrected as a Horseman. Gambit definitely is going to be a Horseman.
Oh yeah. When did I call that?
Yeah, everyone, yeah. I mean, it was so on the nose, like looking at his card and saying death.
Yeah. And then for the other ones, I think it's probably just going to be whoever died on Genosha. So it might be Dazzler.
I could see Banshee.
Banshee. Sebastian Shaw, but that's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
For that perspective, he's interesting on his own, but just doesn't fit that angle. So,
what if it like Callisto?
Ooh, there we go.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
they really did kind of like hone in on her death at that point.
Yeah, I still don't think Maddie's dead.
I agree with you
because we got for like all the other ones we got confirmed, like showed the bodies at the end of it, except for hers.
You're right.
Yeah. I don't know, but we've got a while to wait for that. So,
I mean, I'm so glad I was wrong. I think we'll see him in 3 episodes. It's true, but then I just loved what they did. Like they had the Watcher in there. They made it a fixed point. They really stressed that point. They really tried to throw us off with Cable. And I am so glad that they didn't. Like,
oh yeah, it would have. it would have cheapened it if they had done it like an episode later. So
So yeah, so much. And so I mean they brought back Magneto, that's fine. I
hmm
think Leech is dead, right?
oh yeah,
Poor guy.
I know.
That was so sad. Who was the one with blonde hair that's like colorful that Leech was telling? Like the X-Men are coming, and she's like, they
It's
don't care
it's
about
a
you.
it's a double name. I always forget get her name. Main Google.
Much as I don't think it was a fixed point as much as her preventing Cable from stopping it. No, I thought it was a fixed point.
No, it was a fixed point. Because he said it.
That's what he said, right?
Yeah, because
And Beast kept on saying it.
pretty much, and then of course the Watcher. So
Yeah, and the Watcher, yeah.
Tommy.
Tommy?
Yeah,
That's her name?
just Tommy.
What is her power?
Uh, kind of like shape shifting, but not like
Not like morph.
changing. Not like changing the appearance, just changing the size. So like she can be flat or elongated. That type of, if I'm remembering correctly.
Got it. Oh, fair point. Yeah, but he said it when we had no idea Center Surge or controlled Cable. guess. I guess I still like even though Cable can still go time travel though now that he's not, you know.
Yeah.
All the possibilities for season 2 is great. I think that's going to be. They said a year, right?
Yeah, I think
This fall. That's what I heard.
maybe even yeah, probably about this fall because they've done all like the recording. I think they said they finished the animation, so sooner rather than later, I think.
Now, what was your like? Were you really excited when this was gonna come out? Like I know you love X-Men, but when this was coming out, did you think it was gonna be this good?
I I had hopes, but I tried to keep them low,
Okay.
like because yeah, because yeah, they weren't they were sorry, I can't get my words out. But yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be good, but not this good. Like I thought for a small part they were just gonna rest on nostalgia and not really do anything with it. But yeah, they knocked it out of the park within one episode. So
I mean, I didn't even think it was gonna be this good. Like I was just gonna yeah, again, like you, I thought they were just gonna work on nostalgia and be like, okay, it'll be fun. Did not think they did what they did. All right, so Machu and No Chewing bring up a good point. If he technically can't if the cube thing was in his arm and Bastion beat with it and absorbed it. Okay. Can he still time travel? Was the cube thing in his middle arm? Then it was ripped off. Yeah. All right, fair points. We'll see.
yeah,
If time travel is going to be a thing next season, I wonder if they'll. I doubt they will, but I wonder if they can go back to Genosha. All right, so they're
yeah,
doing time travel, right?
yeah.
So they're going to do obviously Apocalypse. Do you think they'll actually do a true Age of Apocalypse as one of the futures? Like, do you think that's where Rachel Summers is?
No, Rachel's definitely not Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just. It's always hard trying describing the whole Ascani thing. So, but yeah, that's definitely not an Age of Apocalypse. I highly doubt they'll do a full Age of Apocalypse because they've already kind of done it with that one episode in the 90s. So
Yeah.
there's no real new ground to cover there. So
Um. Well, whatever they do, it's going to be super exciting. I really like Apocalypse as the centerpiece villain right there.
yeah,
After Apocalypse, where do they go? Who's the villain?
I mean, they could easily do Strife now.
That's true. I bet Strife comes into this somehow.
Oh yeah, like that because when all the Genosha shenanigans were going on, that's who other than Bastion, that was one of my secondary picks.
Yeah. Yep. No chewing. You are
Yep.
correct. Rachel is Mother Ascani.
Yep.
So I wonder if they will do the like I does Mother in the comic books, does Mother Ascani know that she is the daughter of Cyclops and
I think so.
okay, so she'll figure it out. Danny says some classic shows need to stand the past and not rebooted, but this show was so well written that it great. Yes, you're right. And I think Machu said this. I think in one of our last, like, if this is the MCU moving forward, I'm totally fine with it.
Same. Like,
Just do this.
yeah.
Like, I don't need any more live action. I honestly, when Endgame came, I was like, I'll be okay if they don't do anything else more than this because I don't think it can get any better than that.
Yeah.
I
And it
was
had,
like, yeah, yeah. And it
I
hasn't.
mean,
You're right.
there's been some solid offerings, just not to that height. So,
Yeah, definitely not. You know, and I'm the biggest Spider-Man fan, but I don't think No Way Home didn't get to that tier, but it was really exciting for me.
yeah. Agreed.
It was very exciting. Whatever gives us more Alpha Flight. But more importantly, Puck, yes.
Heck no. North Star.
Not true. Very excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. But Machu says the same. So and we saw Alpha Flight with Psylocke. Was Psylocke ever an Alpha Flight?
No.
That was just like, let's put Psylocke in.
Well, so that particular scene confused me because Aurora and North Star are mutants. Puck isn't. So that's why I was confused why he was there.
What is Puck? He's not a mutant?
I don't think Puck's a mutant. I think he's just Puck.
Chat.
So
Puck is not. Puck is.
yeah, Puck's just human.
With superpowers?
Uh,
Well, it says he has superpowers.
but not initially. He's just acrobatic and a hand-to-hand fighter.
Really?
Yeah.
This is interesting. Originally, Puck had no superpowers, relying on his exceptional training and his amassed worldly knowledge. He was a formidable hand-to-hand combatant, compatible with various martial arts, street fighting techniques, and acrobatics and gymnastics. After a run-in with the master of the world, his body was subjected to genetic manipulation of his cellular structure. His body was condensed at a molecular level, causing his body to become akin to compressed rubber. This is like so, like, how do you write this comic book?
Well, for the most part, like of the early Alpha Flight runs, it pretty much existed to piss off Chris Claremont because because the writer of that one was the artist for that run of Uncanny X-Men, and those two hated each other. So
Why?
I don't I wasn't there. I just know they hated each other and would try to undercut each other's stories within their within the comics. So
That's funny. Interesting. Puck is an interesting character. Yes. Now I want a Puck action figure.
I got one.
Did you have the Build-A-Figure?
No, I have the Alpha Flight 5-pack.
Oh. You left the best part out. His trademark attack is a cartwheeling motion. Very true.
That was the next sentence on Wikipedia.
Was it really?
Yeah, because we were. I think all three of us were looking at the same.
Oh gosh, this guy. Huh. I gotta check out that Alpha Flight through pack. Did you see there was that like Strife what's his name? Random?
Strife, Random, Vertigo, Pretty Boy.
$75 this past weekend.
Nice.
That's a really good deal.
It is, but I wanted it last year, so I got it last year. So.
Oh, bummer. Hey Paul, what's up, buddy?
Hey. So.
What else? So what were your highlights from X-Men 97 that like what were
Oh.
things that were unexpected to you that you're like, my God, I can't believe they did this?
So here's the thing, and you can attest to this. As you could tell what storylines they were about to do, because as soon as Magneto shut off the power, I immediately message you being like, "We're getting Bone Claws next episode."
Yeah,
So it's
totally.
like
You totally called that.
So it's like, and you knew something bad was going to happen on Genosha, but I thought that was going to happen later in the season. So, but just I would say the visceral impact of the Genosha episode, just hands down, probably the most gut wrenching comic book scene since the ending of Infinity War.
Sure. Yeah.
If not more so. Well, definitely more so.
Yeah. I think I've watched that episode over and over again, more so than any
Yeah.
other episode that I've watched. Ender Shadow, what's up? Oh, no kidding, right?
Yeah.
I love whoever played Bastion,
Theo James.
Theo James. He was in some recent stuff, but he he felt like he was a different voice actor
Mm-hmm.
in comparison to the other X-Men characters.
Oh yeah. And that's another thing. I knew he was cast on this season,
Mm-hmm.
and so that whole second half of the season before they actually introduced him, I was like, well, who's he gonna be? So I was just waiting for that to finally be revealed. So.
What were your thoughts on? Do you think we'll ever see an X-Men Avengers face off
Animated or live action?
in this show?
Possibly. I could see. I think
I felt they were building up to it.
they've peppered some crumbs into it. Not right away, but I could see the potential down the road.
Um, I think that first of all, like I love how they went this version of Cap, the one that's like government man. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my hands are tied, can't do anything. Sorry. There's something about that Cap that you like. You're like, oh, what a jerk. But I really do like that piece to show that Iron Man from the was it '93 series? I think that Iron Man. It was a
Yeah.
cartoon. That
Yeah.
rather love that cartoon growing up. So to have that and then the Hulk's in there already too. You could get Rhodey in there too because War Machine
Mm-hmm.
was in there too. Um, Thor would be the only one that hasn't been introduced, I believe, into '97 at least.
I think he made a cameo in the original. Well, also, we still haven't got Deadpool in the series, so there's that as well.
Yeah, that's true. We'll definitely see it. We'll have to see Deadpool, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
he was never in the old series. Right?
they should maybe like a 1 second cameo, but that was about it.
Interesting. Well, if there's anything else in terms of X-Men that we missed,
I think we got it.
yeah, we got it all. Like we got it all out. Do you think Wolverine's gonna get his adamantium back?
Eventually, I give it either mid-season or end of next season.
I like what Trash Picture Show said. It would be cool. I doubt he will be a horseman, but it would be cool if he was. But that's how he gets that adamantium back. That'd be cool. If he is in the future, though, there's got to be a way that he gets it there.
Possibly Forge.
Yeah, maybe
Future Forge, not current time.
he'll get it back in 3 episodes.
Yeah. I still think they'll do a Japan arc next season.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they have to.
Yeah.
I actually think that would be a really awesome, interesting Wolverine storyline for that. Like, I would love to see that because that's
Okay.
different. It's different.
But it's like one of those things that the rest of the team needs to be in place so he can batter. But we'll see that. I bet money we see that down the road for sure.
Agreed. All right. Well, I think it's time, everyone.
It's time.
This is the part where we talk about the movie. So we made a shift. We tried to do a movie a month. I think this one has been pushed back like a couple months, but it's fine. The movie selection this month has been from Clintastic 4, and the movie is RRR. Also, I'm just pulling up my notes right now. Also, that stands for Rise, Roar, Revolt, or Water, Fire, or Friendship. But I can't wait to talk about this. We are going to spoil this. Please stick around because I think we're going to have a really fun conversation just about this really incredible movie. Now, let me just tag this by saying this is the best 80s movie I've ever seen.
The best what?
This is the best 80s movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
I'm just putting it right there. Let me bring up some things about RRR. So RRR came out in 2022. It was featured in India. It is an Indian film. I would call it a Bollywood film.
Nope.
No, it's not.
It's Tollywood.
Tollywood. Okay. What is
because Bollywood is Hindi language. Tollywood is Telugu language.
Telugu, yes. So this is a Telugu language epic period action drama film by S.S. Rajamouli. It was made on a budget of $69 million, which, wow, that's crazy because it actually is. There's a lot of great effects in here. It is the most expensive Indian film to date. The film was released there in theaters on March 25th, 2022. It worldwide on its first day, RRR recorded the highest opening day earned by an Indian film. It was emerged as the highest grossing film in the home market in India. Let's see. It just set so many box office records for an Indian film. The song Natu Natu won the Oscar for Best Original Song.
As it should have.
Yes, it should have. It's very good. And won a slew of other awards and other award shows. So set in the 1920s during the British rule. That's pretty much the premise of its British occupation and basically two people and their stories of how they want to overrule it.
Well, the thing with like that, it's inspired by two real people, but these two people never met.
Oh, interesting.
So like
Wait, hold on.
basically,
When did it
so
say that?
basically they took two notable rebels during that time frame and put a buddy movie together with them.
It was such a buddy movie.
Oh, absolutely a buddy movie. So yeah, it's kind of trying to think of a good analogy, but it'd
Well,
be
yeah, keep on. What would it be like what?
it'd be like if they made a movie with a entirely fictional action movie with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. That would kind of be. That's an extreme analogy, but that's like
But basically,
approximate.
that's who these guys are pretty
Yeah,
much. Got it.
from our perspective, yes.
Um, well, yeah, I mean, it. Okay, so initial thoughts. What are your initial thoughts?
I mean, what more could you ask for? You got action sequences, you got dance battles, you got friendship, you got somewhat of a love story, but still, you've pretty much got everything in this movie you could want in a movie here.
I
And
told. Yep, and
yeah, that was the end of my thought.
I totally agree with you. I mean, when I first started this movie, I was like, just warning everyone, it's 3 hours. When I first started this movie, I was like, oh my god, this movie is 3 hours. But it flew by.
I I will say once it got past the two introduction scene
Mhm.
sequences,
So
then it got rolling.
after the first act, I would say, like,
Yeah,
then it got rolling. You're right. Once they met.
yeah, and then had
Um,
the most epic buddy montage ever.
totally. Like, okay, I did write longest opening scene to a movie. When we finally get to that opening credits, when they finally meet and they save that boy in the most epic save. Uh, I mean, oh, I also have to say the disclaimer in the beginning is hilarious. These like deer, antelope, tigers, like they list every single animal in the movie and just really said, like, really hit home, like none of these were harmed. I thought it was a joke at first,
Well, I thought it also said they weren't real, so
and that they weren't real, exactly. But they had to name every single animal. Um, but yeah, that was a long opening credit scene. The tiger scene with Beam
oh my god.
was so ridiculous. I said tiger scene was so ridiculous, but wow. And then I wrote, why didn't I said, why didn't they just dig a deep hole?
Because they were planning on a wolf.
Oh, were they playing on the wolf? But
Yeah,
they
and then
instead they
they're
got the
like, oh,
tiger?
yeah, because he was tracking that wolf down, and then all of a sudden the tiger attacks the wolf, and they're like, oh, oh crap, we're having a tiger now.
Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah,
Um another part that I wrote down, he will consider the enemy of his enemy to be his friend. The dubbing was outstanding.
wait, did you watch? I watched the subtitles.
um I read the subtitles.
Okay,
But I watched the dub. I mean there
okay.
was only one that was on Netflix. Did you watch it on Netflix?
I watched. Yeah, I watched the Hindi dub, but with English subtitles.
Yes,
Okay.
the one on yes. But so yeah, the subtitles were different from what they were saying though. The
Yeah,
dub. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I actually felt that the subtitles were a better translation.
agreed.
Um in the middle of this, I did write, "This is the best action movie 80s action movie I've ever seen." How is he clean shaven and then 2 seconds later have a beard? I wish I could do that. Um, Remember when Beam, it's like it showed him and he had just had the mustache and
Yeah.
all clean shaven, and then, like, literally the next scene, he had the beard. I'm like, "Whoa." What?
Well, we did. Time and space don't exist in this movie.
It's so
Yeah.
true. When they're on the bridge and, Rama is, like, giving him the hand signals, right?
Yeah.
And then they finally get on the bridge, and they're literally, like, this close, and they're still doing the hand signals. I was like I wrote, "Why are they still using their hands? They can talk." Um, that was an incredible scene.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I was like, why did he pick up the flag?" And I was like, "Where's the flag coming in?" And then he throws him the flag, he throws him the boy, and then he wraps himself in the flag so he can go through the flames. And
Yep.
honestly, everyone, if you have not watched this movie and you think this sounds ridiculous, it is.
Like we haven't even scratched the surface of ridiculousness.
I mean, the tiger was pretty ridiculous.
Oh yeah. With so I noticed one thing about all the animals because they did close-ups of the underbellies. No parts.
Um,
I because
that
like it
well,
was
I mean,
slow,
they didn't have time or the money. I mean, they were on a budget of $69 million, so
but it was just obvious that it was a slow-mo close-up scene. And I was like, there's nothing there.
I didn't even pick up on that.
I watched that scene a couple of times. So
The best part is okay, they're doing the buddy scene, and they're doing what I hope Danny and Unworthy will do someday. But they're doing the squats with him on his shoulders, the push-ups. I
mhm.
literally laughed out loud with the squats on the shoulders. And then when it
If
came back, the callback at the end
yeah,
was utterly ridiculous and
oh,
hilarious.
yeah, so many perfectly ridiculous things in this movie.
It was so, like, ridiculous, though, that you were just like, "This is awesome."
Exactly. Like I was like, I'm on board. And then
Yes.
we're not even a quarter into this movie yet.
No, but yes, the buddy stuff was perfect. I'm like,
Oh
they just
yeah.
need to feed each other ice cream at this point, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Uh,
Um, One part I did say, I was like, "How does he not see or recognize that the sketch is of Beam?" He's literally, like, sitting right next to him. He's like, "Oh, who is this? How do I find him?" I'm like,
he wasn't sketching Beam though.
"Oh, he wasn't?"
He was sketching the guy that he caught.
Oh.
So whenever he was about to show him that drawing, it was of his friend, but then he lost the drawing in that puddle.
Got it, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I did write, "How is the Bollywood dance a surprise?" Meaning it wasn't, and I said I was like, it was the most intense dance scene that I was so into.
Oh yeah. I think I've watched it like 30 times over the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It was really good. It's like one of these times where you're like, "Wow, you need to be a true entertainer,
mhm.
as an Indian actor, right? You need to know how to dance.
Yeah. You don't have to know how to sing though.
You don't have to know how to sing. You can
No.
they dubbed the crap out of that
They
one."
proudly dubbed them. It's not like here where people complain that someone's dubbed. It's like, nope, we're dubbing them with this person. Move on with your life.
Because it sounds good.
Yeah.
Um, Gosh, I wrote, and I wasn't sure if I may have skipped a couple of things, but I wrote, he beats the crap out of his friend and then sees if he's okay. I think that was Yeah, okay. I think this was I had stopped taking notes for a while, but this goes back to when he gets whipped,
Okay.
when he whips his friend. He's like beating the crap out of him, and then he's like, "Wait, are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh my god, like you
Oh, that scene.
could have like gone back a little bit on that stuff."
Yeah.
Um he- Here's a question. Was it supposed to be a twist that the young kid was supposed to be Rama? Because I thought we already.
Not if, not if you already knew who this person was, but like if you like us, if you went into this totally blind, yeah, that kind of came out of left field with that twist of him. Oh no, he's actually not an asshole. He's just undercover.
But I knew that. Like I thought we were supposed to know that. Like when it showed that whole story leading up to it, and then you're like, wait, it's supposed to be Rama. I'm like, yeah, I knew it was supposed to be Rama. At
Yeah.
least I thought. So
I had a feeling it was supposed to be, but
so you were surprised?
not yes and no. Like I was like, that of course makes sense, but I was like, I could have seen it going the other way and just being a route, being adversaries as opposed to buddies.
Rama as like that archer god,
Oh,
that scene was incredible.
and uh, Beam made him a pair of pants,
Beam.
like 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 best friends do.
Hey, I would make you a pair of pants, Clintastic.
I would do the same.
They would actually look like the ones that Beam made. uh that was incredible. Like I was like, wow, this guy really did it.
Oh yeah,
And how many arrows did he have? Jeez.
enough.
That was fantastic. I wrote Rama on Beam's back is like when Optimus Prime transforms into a superior mode in the movies. That scene was just crazy. It got more and more ridiculous. You're like, this is ridiculous. Like, all right, they're gonna fight, and
Right.
like they're at one point, um, uh, Beam is swinging a motorcycle with one arm.
Oh
Ridiculous.
mm-hmm.
He has a motorcycle and he's going like,
Just and how long was he under that water?
oh my god.
Again, physics and laws of nature have no place in this movie, which is
Yeah.
cool. But
Let's
still, it's like,
let's go back to that physics piece. Like when they flip backwards onto the lighthouse together, I could not stop laughing.
yeah, I'm like, I will say that sequence was the one I'm like, okay, let's.
I mean, they went. You gotta respect it. They went whole
Oh, I
hog on that.
respect the hell out of it, but I'm like, guys, I
They
love
went.
what you're doing, but come on.
They went whole hog. They're like, fight scene on the back. We're gonna do a flip, and then not only that, we're gonna have him land on his feet after jumping off the lighthouse and jumping over a wall.
But hey, they foreshadowed all of this because he was doing all those arm workouts.
Yeah.
They made a point to tell us, hey, he's not skipping arm day.
I did love all of that. That was fantastic.
And we still haven't talked about the animal fight. Well, not the tiger fight, just
when he unleashes all the animals.
Mm-hmm.
They really like the jumps where their like arms are in the air and their knees are like one knee is bent,
Yeah.
like a superhero kind of flat. That was crazy. So then when they did that, you're like, oh, that's why they caught the tiger. That's why they caught all these other things. That was incredible.
Like just the like carnage of that scene alone, and then you get to the actual fight between them.
Between them, which was actually played off as like I felt like a kung fu fight.
Hmm. And just like you could feel like the emotion of that scene,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like that was just. I think that was my favorite sequence of the movie.
Yes, yes. Like if you're looking at from a technical standpoint, like they really did everything up.
Hmm.
I do have to say though, the riding on the back was probably mine.
I mean, that one's fun, but like this one was just intense and
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah, no, I
because
get
we
it.
because we've established them at to be these superior fighters, and then just seeing them go like no holds bar against each other. Yeah.
That was an incredible fight. And at that point both of them weren't necessarily holding back, and they had kind of convinced themselves like, all right, he is the enemy in my way of getting to my goal
Yeah.
for revolution. Um that the snake thing, what were your thoughts on that? Like I thought that was unnecessary.
To the I mean, it got us to the reveal of oh that he's being, but other than that,
Yeah. um what else did we want to talk about before we go into categories?
oh, let's see. We did we talk about the dance sequence enough?
No, we should talk about more. I love the
Yes.
last one. The first one,
Yeah.
outstanding. Loved it. Like they made it a dance off. I'm like, all right, this is great. This is now it's what was that dance movie? Not Save the Last Dance. Step It Up. Step It Up.
I mean, that's a dance movie for sure. I don't
Yeah.
know what about in this
Well,
context.
when you compete with each other. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I love that because really they were trying to show Beam as, obviously the uncultured one, and then they're like, you want to see culture, let's see some culture, like this is it. And I loved that piece of just showing off
Hmm.
um the Indian culture there. Wow.
And then that smug British guy getting his ass handed to him.
Yes, yes, exactly. uh oh, Red Wagon. Just tuning in now, Chris. Just wanted to say RRR was a really surprisingly fun movie. My kids loved it and say it's one of the top 3 action movies they ever saw. Yes,
I can
thank
see that.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Yes.
I yeah, a solid watch all the way around. And then
Solid.
going back to the dancing, and then the dance off between each other, like
Oh,
oh, I'm like that part. I'm like, and then he sees like the girl cheering him on. Is like, I'm gonna lose for my buddy.
that was awesome. Like
Yeah.
I guess we haven't really talked about their relationship that much. Like their relationship was perfect. Like in
Yeah.
terms of building up that relationship,
Mhm.
showing that, they care for one another like brothers. I loved the whole how he was trying to get him with the girl. Like that whole piece, like I threw some nails on the he's gonna stop right here, stop right here. He's
My
like
favorite part. That's way too long of a name. When he's trying to learn her name, I'm like, I that part made me laugh. That part made me howl. I was like, uh,
uh just I mean, I just love how they play off each other.
yeah,
Really, because that meant that I think it was the second act when they really built up the relationship. It was perfect. And then that's what made the third act so successful.
yeah.
like how they it fell apart, but then they repaired it. So good.
Agreed.
Yeah, that dance sequence was awesome. Do you think they were actually dancing that speed, or do they think you think they sped it up?
They were dancing that speed, I think.
Wow. Are there talks about making a sequel?
There are like originally they weren't, but they're looking at like possibilities of franchising it. We'll see. Like,
I don't know what they could do, but
no,
um all right, let's move into categories. Let's talk about MVP. Ooh,
it's I'm just gonna say it's a tie. Like,
yeah, Rama and Beam both are
yeah,
great. Yeah,
like the movie works because of the chemistry between them. So it's like, yeah.
I'm with you on that. Sixth Man.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Ray Stevenson.
He was excellent every time he was on screen.
And surprisingly, they didn't utilize him a lot. Like, you knew he was like the main villain, but he wasn't a constant presence. Like, you knew they were wanted to get to him, but he wasn't always present. Especially like during the uh, assault at the party, like he was pretty much disappeared that whole entire sequence till the end when he's pointing the gun. So
That's a good pick. Rest in peace, Ray.
yeah,
He is an excellent actor that I think I wish he had gotten that part,
yeah,
that made him like that brought he was like getting there. He was really getting there.
mm-hmm.
I loved him in that Star Wars show. Oh, was it Ahsoka? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, 6 Man Ray's good one. Trying to think if there are any others that I guess it'd have to be Ray for me too. Any LVPs?
Jenny.
Um, okay.
Yeah, I being infatuated with her. I like that, but I just didn't actually like her. It's just like she was just there.
Yeah, I mean there was no development, no doubt.
Like once they got to that last part, that party, that was pretty much it. And you had all that build up to it, so I was like,
Yeah. I was gonna say, who is the guy? He's like he was like the right hand man of Ray Stevenson.
I don't remember his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, he gets killed in the forest.
Yeah.
Whatever that guy's name is. Right hand of Ray Stevenson. I mean, honestly, he was a great. He played the character well. It's just
Yeah.
I hated the character.
Yeah.
I think Jenny's a good LVP. Best scene, you're gonna say the animal fight one.
Yeah. Well, I would specify the, between their fight, not the actual animals, just
Yeah,
them two fighting specifically.
first fight between Rama and Beam. I'm gonna say um when he gets on the shoulders. End scene of them fighting on their shoulders. Unanswerable questions. I asked this before. Why didn't they just dig a hole for the tiger?
Because they're trying to catch a wolf.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I guess that's not unanswerable. I don't have any
Also,
notes.
did Jenny ever interact with the generals, even though she was staying in their house, I don't think they ever actually interacted.
Like with Ray Stevenson?
Yeah, I
No, I think it was more. I I thought she was like the girl's teacher, right?
I don't think so. I think she was just staying there.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm. I'll have to look that up.
yeah.
Any nitpicks?
No, perfectly satisfied.
I
Like,
have to agree. Like
like,
even if it was long, like it didn't seem that long.
like. I will say, like the two like separate intro scenes, that took a little bit to get the engine running, but after that, pretty much nonstop. So, and like I
Yeah.
said, we you throw all laws of gravity and physics out of the window for this movie, so you can't nitpick that. So,
No, you can't. You can't really nitpick any of that stuff.
so
Um. All right. Let's do our rating. 1 out of 5. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Um. I don't want to be influenced by yours, but why don't we put up our fingers right now, uh, and say what it is? Go. I'm going to
er,
4.5.
that's what I was doing. So,
4.5.
yeah,
We're always on the same page.
we have taste.
4.5. 4.5. Yeah, it's not a 5, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah,
Um, that's a great movie. Now, did you watch that before you?
nope.
Okay, so that was your first time.
Because it's one of those movies that always appear on like my Instagram reels, like for
Mhm.
suggestions. So I was like, why not?
Yeah, I'm really glad I watched that.
Same
Like
here.
when it came out, I was like, yeah, that looks good. It looks ridiculous because they showed like the tiger scene and all that. But I'm like, okay, it's just gonna be a ridiculous movie. It wasn't advertised to what it actually. I guess you can't advertise what it actually is, right?
No, I
Like you
mean,
can't describe this movie in an advertisement
nope.
without making it look so cheesy and or like ridiculous.
I mean, that's also a selling point. I like I love cheese and ridiculousness, so I would have been
But
sold.
yeah, but it's hard to. I feel like it's really hard to bring it together in a
Right.
trailer, you know.
Agreed.
So really glad I watched it because it surpassed everything I expected to be.
Same here.
Um, I laughed out loud at things like and I didn't and it wasn't like in a bad way, you know.
Right. It was
Um,
like,
what's up, Henrock? How you doing, buddy?
yeah, hey,
Loved you on Yimbo last night. Great first of all, great
oh,
photos
shit.
with the Duart Dario. I mean, Henrock is on another level right now. He's leveled up beyond um he's just spent so much time. Diggs Figs is Danny Sayar. I wonder what his rating be. We all know.
Yeah.
We all know. Either 3.5 or 5. I would say I honestly think no honestly think Unworthy and Danny would love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really do. So I hope they watch it at some point and then tell us what they think.
Agreed.
Um
So are we gonna learn not to before Legion's Con?
yes.
Bro.
Even if it's just you and me. Or we get people to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think? Hey, since they're not here, let's wait. Hold on. What did Danny say? The way Clint described it, it is. It's not though. You got to watch it, Danny. Danny,
Yeah.
I honestly think you would love this movie. I really do. Um, I only say it like, and I'm not saying that I'm forcing you to watch it. I'm saying I really think you'll will have a good time with it.
Hmm.
So I know you're sick, but just put it on in the background.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, what do you think our next movie should be?
Oof.
I know. So I did say that if we could finish it for. So everyone, on June 17th, we're gonna have a show next week, and on June 17th it will be Toy Talk's last show for the season, and then we'll come back strong in September. We always take a break during the summer, but we're gonna take that break during the summer. But for June 17th, do we think? And I think Clint, you've earned it. So why don't you make a rec?
Uh, Not because this is a good movie, but just because this is a fun movie.
Okay.
And since it's summertime, it works. So, Deep Blue Sea.
Oh God, yes. All right, I'm down.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I think high school for me.
Hmm.
I think I saw it in theater. Deep Blue Sea, everyone. We're watching that as our June 17th movie and our season finale for Toy Talk. I think Danny and Unworthy would definitely jump on board for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, good pick. Any plugs this week, Clint? No.
None for me, but check out the boys on Thursday for another episode of Unworthy Addiction. I may not pop in. You never know. That's the surprise. So
Ooh, I
go
love
ahead and check them out.
Yeah, check them out because they are awesome. Danny and Unworthy always have great chemistry, and they always have great guests. To be honest, and what I love about them is that they can make anyone feel comfortable on their show for
Well,
the most part.
for the most part, I'm pretty uncomfortable every time I go on there, but
Well, okay, you're the outlier.
I
Check those boys out. This week on the Toy Daddies on Wednesday we will have Harry Moore. If you don't know who Harry Moore is, let me get you familiar with his work. He does the packaging for most of all the retro art for our Marvel Legends. So we're going to talk to him about his work. Harry Moore will be on the Toy Daddies this Wednesday at 9:00. So I'm really excited for that. Everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us today. Like, you guys are awesome. Deepest blue in my head, like a shark. Can't wait to watch it. I can't wait.
yeah, I'm gonna have that stuck in my head now too.
Everyone out there, get your sleep, treat your toys well, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Toy Talk.